Hey everyone, Admin Luis here with podcast number 12. Now, this time I have a little bit more to talk about. Uh, so, from what I said last time about James Gunn, that I was not sure, well, it turns out that he's not coming back. There was an article on Variety, I believe, that said that Disney and the people there, that they were not going to hire him back. And, of course, Dave Bautista, Drax in the Guardians movies. He's still defending him. He's been posting an article, I think it was by IGN or Screen Rant. Yeah, I think it was Screen Rant. And the article said why it's a mistake, why James Gunn was fired, and why he should be back, basically in a nutshell. And he tweeted it the first time, a couple days ago. And when he actually tweeted the tweet sharing the article, he said, "Make Disney great again," I believe, or "Make America great again." So yeah, Dave Bautista said that, "Making America great again." Somehow, I'm not sure. He actually said, and I quote, "Thanks, Disney, making America great again," as he shared the post. And then I think that he tweeted it again the following day, yesterday, on the 18th, he tweeted the article again, saying that you can't pass it up, you have to tweet it again, and then again following with the "Make America Great Again." So I'm not sure, what's going on with this guy's mind. Like, this is a way to get fired and replaced. You're biting the hand that feeds, basically. He's cool, I guess, for speaking up for what he believes in, but, in the long run, this is not a good idea. And definitely, James Gunn is fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, on to the next topic. There's a rumor going on, saying that Tom Cruise is gonna be Green Lantern. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this. Tom Cruise is a good actor, he's an A-list actor. It's very, very weird, actually, seeing old school A-list actors, at least, from the 80s and the 90s, be in as main characters or a main cast of the superhero movies. Recently, Jeff Goldblum, well, he was never really actually a high A-list actor, but he was pretty relevant in the 80s and 90s. And, he played the Grandmaster in Thor 3, or Thor Ragnarok, same thing, whatever. And, it's just, like, nowadays, the A-listers of today, from the 2000s, 2010s, they're all for starring in superhero movies because they're popular, but you hardly ever see the old school A-listers who are still relevant today be in a superhero movie. So, it's a quite surprise, seeing Tom Cruise being a Green Lantern. I can see him be like an older Hal Jordan. Like, he's been gone from Earth for many, many years and he comes back, But I'm also on the bandwagon, you could say bandwagon, of Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer, I believe is the name. Armie Hammer? Yeah, Armie. I don't know why I want to say Arnie, like Arnold. Whatever. Armie Hammer is actually like around 6'5". He's taller than Ben Affleck, than him, like all those guys. Yeah, and then Tom Cruise is like 5'7". So he's gonna, like, if he does get cast as Green Lantern, as Hal Jordan, they're gonna have to make some camera angle tricks, because even Gal is taller than Tom Cruise. Gal's 5'11". And then Henry's 6'1". Ben Affleck is 6'3" or 6'4". Then Aquaman Momoa is 6'4". Zachary Levi, I believe, is 6'3". So you got all these like tall actors, and then you have Tom Cruise 5'6", 5'7", which is not a problem, but usually they have like angle tricks and angle shots in all his movies to make him look more taller than his co-stars. But this time it's like everyone else, so there's that. But if Tom Cruise really does sign up for the Green Lantern movie and the DC, being the Green Lantern in the DC universe, that's cool. I don't think he has crazy ideas, I know. Some people are against this. I don't know why. If you are, just comment why. But me, if he does the job well, which I know that he may, because come on, to be an A-list actor, you have to be good at it, especially if you're like old school, like Will Smith. You have to have a level of talent. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He's like Jack Reacher and everything, which I have not seen, but I've heard some things. And then from my last podcast number 11, I talked about the X-Men films. Let's talk about them again in more detail a little bit, or like a different topic. But the upcoming movies. So they're not really sure if they're going to be released anymore, but they are, because think about it. They've spent all of this money and they're almost done filming, or they've already done filming, or they're reshooting. So why would they keep on reshooting if they're not going to release it? They could release it under a different label, maybe, but it's still going to be released, because they would lose money. All the money that they spent, they can just release it straight to DVD or home video or whatever, on digital even, and people would still, they can make money from this. You can sell it digitally for like $10 a piece, and on Blu-ray, if they do release it, like $20 plus the digital code inside, of course. There's money to be made here. So obviously Disney is gonna release the movies. At least that's my process, my theory, my thought process, and it's fairly worrisome to be worried as well, because it's almost the end of the year. It's August 19th, and there's zero footage of either movie, of New Mutants or Dark Phoenix, I believe is the name. Yeah, there's no footage, no teaser, no nothing. I mean, we've seen the New Mutants teaser trailer, but that's irrelevant now because they're changing. They're changing the whole thing. And do you want to know why? Because the New Mutants movie had to be released this month of August. I'm not sure of the exact day, but yeah, August of this year. And nope, it got pushed back to April of 2019. And then, wanna know what happened? It got pushed back further to August 2019. And they're saying the Fox, back then, when it was still a Fox, X-Men, that they're holding it back because the studio saw the movie, a test screening, and they said that it was not scary enough. Whatever that means, but that's on them, Because, originally, they were going to release it in April. They were going to do some extensive reshoots. But then, in August, now, and that makes me think that they're shooting an entire new movie. So, they're spending maybe double the budget. That's what I'm assuming on this movie. And then you have the Dark Phoenix movie, which is on February, I believe. It's going to be on Valentine's Day. And so you have that, and we have not seen any footage of that movie. At least we got New Mutants. It's going to be a new movie now, maybe, or it's going to be completely different, which is basically a new movie, than the one we saw. It's going to be different from what we saw. And that's going to be in August. And this one's going to be in February of 2019. It's, September, October, November, December, January. It's half a year away. It's 6 months, less than 6 months away. And we have not seen nothing. That's going to be affecting a lot of it, And there are some reshoots for that movie as well, but not as extensive as the New Mutants one. So, And speaking of the movies, being different, being released, the Snyder Cut. Now, there's actually very interesting. I actually saw, my friend, Luke, he posted a picture of an Amazon screen cap. And the picture was, I'm not sure if it was him or he shared it from somewhere. So anyway, the picture was the Justice League movie on Amazon being on sale But there was another version. It was called Justice League SE, Special Edition. That's what it stands for. I think, yeah, Special Edition. And it's gonna be, I'm not sure the price, but people were asking questions like, what is this? Is this gonna be the Snyder Cut? And, that's what I was thinking too. But then someone said that the box art is gonna be different. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the box art that's gonna be Special Edition. Like, why would a box art be a Special Edition version? Because movies have to have something in it. The disc inside in itself. It can be a 1-year anniversary or something, which is very stupid. Like why the hell would anyone wanna make a 1-year anniversary? They usually wait 10 years, 5, maybe 10, 15, 20 for the anniversaries. So maybe this movie has something else. If it's not the Snyder Cut, then introduction by Zack Snyder or something, I'm not sure. So then it begs the question, what is exactly this Special Edition gonna be? And I'm not sure if it's gonna be on Blu-ray, but maybe it is, because everything has to be on Blu-ray now. Why would it? I know there are some people who still buy DVDs. Yeah, I actually do. And I don't know why. I mean, the Blu-ray's better. Apart from better definition, better quality, you have the special features. And as a movie fan myself, I love seeing the special features on movies. I mean, that's why I buy them. And the Special Edition was set to be released later this year. So we're gonna have to wait until October, November to see what it is. If it exists, or if this was just a mistake by Amazon. And then moving on to Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, I saw the picture that Wonder Woman 84 cast members did to the tribute of the Breakfast Club. Now, one thing about Wonder Woman 84 is Steve Trevor. Like, how exactly did this guy get here in 1984? When we saw him die in 1918, I believe it was, the first Wonder Woman movie. That was in World War I. That was way, way earlier than 1984. And I'm not sure if he could have survived, even if he would have had to parachute off the plane. The impact could still have hit him, I'm sorry, I'm just hearing some stuff. So the impact of the explosion of the plane could have hit him or something if he would have escaped. So what happened exactly? Why is he in 1984 when he quote-unquote died? And even if he didn't die, it's 1984. That's like 50 years into the future. More than 50 years into the future. He would be an old man if he were still alive. He would be like, 80, 90 years old? But he still looks young. Maybe it's his grandchild or something that looks like him, but it's not him. Or another theory that I read, what if it's something to do with the Flash? We saw the Flash in Batman v Superman, where he was warning Bruce Wayne about the future. So what if Barry does something in the timeline and, something screws up and he's now in 1984? But then again, how would he know who Wonder Woman is? This could also be flashbacks, or it could just be Diana in her mind thinking, what would Steve do, or what would Steve say? He would be in her conscience, maybe. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see again for next year. And then the final thing is the big thing, which is a Watchmen television show on HBO. It is set to release next year, and it's actually HBO's first ever superhero series. So we don't know how many episodes there will be, but HBO released a teaser saying Nothing Ever Ends 2019, and it had the Watchmen logo. Not to mention Nothing Ever Ends is something Dr. Manhattan says to Ozymandias at the end, that nothing ever ends. Along with Game of Thrones, True Detective, and Veep being back, Watchmen is going to be on HBO as well. The showrunner is going to be Damon Lindelof, and the log line for the show says, set in an alternate history where superheroes are treated as outlaws, Watchmen embraces the nostalgia of the original groundbreaking graphic novel while attempting to break new ground of its own. And there's a huge list of cast members. One of them is Jeremy Irons, and I believe it's the same Jeremy Irons from, Alfred, Batman v Superman. Alfred from the DCEU. I'm gonna go ahead and check, actually. And yes, it actually is the same Jeremy Irons, the same Alfred from Batman v Superman and Justice League, the DCEU. That same Jeremy Irons will be in the Watchmen series. Apart from Jeremy Irons, it's going to be also Tim Blake Nelson. I think he was the mole in the Fantastic Four, Fanforstic. I think that's the same guy. I think that sounds familiar. He was also in the Incredible Hulk, though we never get to see him again, or in his villain form. Regina King, Francis Fisher, Jacob Ming Trent, Lily Rose Smith. There's a whole lot of people in the show. And that's pretty much all we have right now. All of a sudden, HBO released that teaser like 2 days ago, or 2 days ago. And that was it. That's the cast. There's plenty more. I'll list them. Regina King, Jeremy Irons, Don Johnson, Tim Blake Nelson, Louis Gossett Jr. I know I'm going to screw these names up, some of them. Yahya Abdul Mateen II, the second, whatever. Adelaide Clemens, Andrew Howard, Tom Meissen, Francis Fisher, Jacob Ming Trent, Sarah Vickers, Dylan Schombing, Lily Rose Smith, and Adeline Spoon. I'm not 100% sure what the series will be about. They're saying maybe it could take place in the before Watchmen era, like the comics before Watchmen, or post. I think it could be after. It could be after what happens in the movie or the comic, either one, but pretty much almost the same except for the ending. And the tagline, nothing ever ends. Ozymandias, by the end of the comic and the movie, Ozymandias asks Dr. Manhattan if he did the right thing by doing what he did with the squids or the Dr. Manhattan bombs, whichever comic movie. And if it all worked out, and Dr. Manhattan says, in the end, nothing ends, Adrian. Nothing ever ends. And that's all we have for the Watchmen HBO show. There's nothing else apart from the year and the cast from what I'm seeing here. And wow. Also, I'm working on a video. It's going to be released on Tuesday, maybe. And yeah, I'm working on some new stuff. Oh, yeah, before I go. The Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I recently learned that the Joker movie will be set in a society. Yeah. Whatever. It's a joke. Whatever. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's what I have to talk about for this time on the podcast number 12. And it's very short, actually. It's probably the shortest podcast, but I have some stuff to do. And something happened earlier. Not really in the mood to do more videos today. Well, I haven't done anything but to edit, I mean. And it's no big deal. I mean, it's 8 o'clock p.m. So not much missing. I'll be working on it tomorrow, though. And then by Tuesday, you'll see what it is. Hint, hint. It's about comics and superheroes. Yeah. Alright. That's pretty much it. See you later.